Hi, I'm Laura Waage, and on this week of the Perfecting Pinterest show, we're going to look at a tool for Pinterest that'll help you create a pin out of anything that you see on your screen. We're going to look at a Pinterest marketing strategy that will help you grow your Pinterest followers while also establishing you as an expert in your niche. We're also going to answer a question of the week about business boards and take a look at a great brand that is leveraging guest pinning similar to guest blogging to grow their profile. All that and more on this week's episode of the Perfecting Pinterest show. This week's tool of the week is one that I not only use for my Pinterest marketing, but it's actually a tool that I've come to rely on in so many different areas of my business, and that's Jing. Now, Jing is a free and very easy to use screen capture software. It's made by TechSmith, the same company that manufactures Camtasia and Snagit, and it's sort of their entry-level product. But this free software is absolutely dynamic and has truly become a tool that I can't live without. Now, if you'll notice at the top of my screen, I've got a yellow sunburst. This is my Jing menu. Let's go ahead and open up another web page and I'll show you exactly how this works. Let's say that I want to take a screenshot and pin just that portion of the screen. I would hover over the sunburst, click on the first icon which says Capture, then drag and drop to highlight the area that I wish to pin. And when I've got the area selected, you'll see that a menu of options opens up at the bottom. I can cancel, I can redo my selection, I can change it and capture video instead of a still image, or I can capture this image. I'm going to go ahead and capture this image. You'll also notice there's additional options I have once I've captured the image. I can draw arrows, I can add text, I can change the color and size of everything that I'm doing, I can box something in, and I can highlight areas. Once I've added any annotations, calls to action, anything that I want to be a part of this image, I then have additional options below. I can either share it via screencast, which means it's going to be housed by them and I'm simply sending a link. I can save it, so this would allow me to actually save it as an image to my desktop and then upload it as a pin to Pinterest. Or I can copy it if I wanted to paste it into something like a Word document, or I can cancel. Using Jing really is this simple, and I'm sure you're already seeing that it has a ton of different applications far beyond just using it to create pins. So be sure to visit techsmith.com/Jing, download this application, and then have some fun seeing how you can integrate this with your Pinterest marketing and other areas of your business as well. This week's Pinterest marketing tip of the week is to create boards that align yourself with other experts in your niche. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, this is a great way to be able to grow your Pinterest presence and get more followers while expanding your brand awareness. Now, why does that happen? Well, when you align yourself with other experts in your niche who already have large followings in other areas, well, then you start to get on their radar screen as well. In addition, recommending other people in your niche is also a great way to be able to form relationships that can lead to potential joint ventures. Now, another term for this that you may have heard in the past is co-opetition. Now, this is different than competition, so these aren't going to be people that you directly compete with for business, but co-opetition refers to those that are complementary to you and your business. As an example, I've started to build a board here called Marketers and Sites I Recommend. Now, this particular board is going to be filled with pins that are linked to marketers that I personally give my stamp of approval on. These are people that I know personally, that I'm connected with, that I follow, that I respect, that I know that if my audience follows them, they're going to get a lot of benefit out of. Now, one of the things that you want to do is look at where they have their biggest influence. If it's on Facebook, if it's on Pinterest, if it's on Twitter. So that way, when you post these images, you can also tag those individuals so that they know that you're promoting them. Let's open up one of these pins so you can see an example. In this pin here, I'm recommending that people follow Chris Farrell. Now, if you're not familiar with Chris Farrell, but you're an online marketer, then I highly suggest that he is somebody that you start following. In addition to just being a fabulous marketer and an all-around great guy, he is also one of the greatest teachers out there and does an absolutely incredible job of teaching internet marketing strategies to new internet marketers. Now, I've set up this pin so that when somebody clicks on it, it's actually linked directly to his website. Now, how can you create a pin like this using just a snapshot of somebody's site? You guessed it. Use Jing, the tool of the week that we covered in the previous segment. So do a little bit of research. Find out who those other experts in your niche are that you want to align yourself with so that their audience gets to know you and your audience gets to know them. Then build a board like this of your own. It's amazing how exponentially your followers can grow when you put this strategy to practice. This week's Pinterest question of the week is one that I've received multiple times as a result of Pinterest rolling out new business accounts. So the question is, I'm a business who has been on Pinterest for over a year. Are there any benefits in converting to a business account? As of the time of this recording, the benefits are not huge to converting to a business account. However, that being said, it's the future benefits that you want to prepare yourself for. Pinterest was very smart in their approach to allow people to convert to business accounts now, knowing that there's going to be a whole plethora of tools that are available to business accounts in the future. Similarly to how Facebook has a different set of tools for Facebook pages, business pages, as opposed to personal accounts, Pinterest is going down that same road. So while the current benefits to having a Pinterest account are somewhat limited, it's the future benefits that make it worth your while to go ahead and convert now. If you've got a Pinterest question that you'd like to see answered in a future episode, then be sure to leave it in the comments section below, and you never know when your question might be featured. This week's brand of the week is Martha Stewart Living, but probably not for the reasons that you think. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people when they think Pinterest, they go to the initial stereotype of it being a female-dominated site that's filled with a lot of wedding dress images, hairdos, recipes, and things like that. And true, Martha Stewart is one of those brands. However, what Martha Stewart Living has done that is absolute marketing genius is that they actually have specific boards that are dedicated to guest pinners that they highlight on their Pinterest account. I'm going to scroll down a little bit so that you can get a sense of how many they have on here. And if you'll look, you'll notice that we've got a few guest pinner boards in a row. Here's one from somebody named Jan, one from Erica, one from Britt, one from Ashley, and one from Alicia. Now, if we open up one of these boards, you'll see that this particular board is from Britt of Brit & Co., which is a lifestyle brand providing the digital generation with savvy shortcuts for their on and offline lives. Now, this is a perfect example of somebody who is in co-opetition, not competition, with Martha Stewart Living. So by Martha Stewart Living allowing them to have a guest board, it helps the Martha Stewart account because they don't have to pin and create as much content, but it also gives huge credibility to Britt, who now has nearly 115,000 followers as a result of this board. So think about how you can apply this concept to your business model and your Pinterest board. Is there an expert in your niche that you could approach so that you can have a board on their Pinterest account and be able to showcase valuable, helpful, relevant information to their niche? Or is there potentially a guest pinner that you can identify to pin on one of your accounts? If you're familiar with guest blogging, this is very similar, and it's a methodology that Martha Stewart Living is absolutely doing right. So put a little thought into this Pinterest marketing strategy. Identify some potential guest pinners that you can leverage on your account, or look for other people's Pinterest accounts where you can offer your services as a guest pinner. This is a great way to expand your Pinterest presence and grow your exposure at a very rapid pace. Well, that's it for this week, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have a question that you'd like to see on a future episode of the Perfecting Pinterest Show, be sure to leave it in the comments section below. Thanks so much, shine bright, and happy pinning!